Hi Sunil, it's always a pleasure to sit down with you. And so you've been working with many of these CISOs in the last 4 years. So what are some of the common challenges these CISOs are facing on the current well-known SIEM solutions that you've been hearing from them?
Arun, yes, you're right. I've been speaking with lots of CISOs, and then I categorize these challenges into these three. The first one is the cost. Most of the CISOs don't realize getting into these SIEM deployments, what would be the final cost. They would realize very quickly that the cost of implementing, operationalizing the SIEM solution that they have purchased from these well-known SIEM vendors could go up as much as 10 times. So that's a big sticker shocker that they would get. The second one is the flexibility with respect to the deployment, the deployment challenges. Most of these SIEM solutions, their method of collecting the logs from all the different applications and then infrastructure is by running the agents. The agents managing these agents are a nightmare. They are inherently flawed, and then upgrading and then managing them is very, very difficult. And then on top of it, these deployment choices that are offered by these SIEM solutions don't necessarily adhere to some of the changes that are happening with the enterprises, the transformation that they are going through. So the deployment very, very inflexible. And then if I wanted to have an option where I have a network that is completely airtight, and then if I wanted to figure out a way to get that information to my backend SIEM solutions, very, very difficult. And the last one I would say is in terms of performance. And most of these SIEM solutions are not designed for today's enterprises, how they are evolving. Typically, most of these enterprises have thousands of applications run, and then hundreds of thousands of employees using them. And then collectively, they generate lots and lots of data, and then with a very high volume and high velocity. And these SIEM solutions are not designed to handle these kinds of high volume, high velocity data, hence they suffer in the performance.
Good point. So from your perspective, where are these SIEM solutions lacking?
Yeah, so the way I see is, for example, today, as these enterprises are really going through this digital transformation, as they are migrating their application from on-premise to the cloud, I need to have a method of protecting my cloud infrastructure. And these SIEM solutions that have been in the industry for a long time, not necessarily well designed to really cater to this new IT infrastructure. Hence, their method is just collect the logs from this cloud service provider, provide a way to index them, and then search them. That's not the way you want it. You want your security solution to really understand how the cloud operates, how the applications are run in the cloud infrastructure and everything. The second one is, these days, most of the enterprises are demanding the SaaS solutions when it comes to the SIEM. And these SIEM solutions originally are not designed for that. So they are designed to run on your appliances and the VMs, but not necessarily used as a SaaS. Hence, they try to force fit their software into the SIEM. As a result, they don't necessarily perform. They don't serve the kind of things that you wanted from the SaaS solution as well. And then the last one is the reporting needs are changing. So these solutions are still stuck in the 90s when it comes to the reporting, right? So people's expectations have completely changed with respect to how I wanted to receive my reports, how they would look like, and then everything. And then most of the CISOs are not very happy with the kind of reports that they are getting, and then the quality of these reports coming from these SIEM solutions as well.